Meanwhile, back on planet Earth.
Okay, so we've been having this debate for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
and,
at least.
Yeah, and we can't come up with an actual answer for this question. And the question is, who would win in a battle,
Wolverine.
or Yoda?
Now, we've done a lot of nerd math, and we've determined that a lightsaber, because the main question that we want to know first was, can a lightsaber cut through adamantium? And we did the math, a lot of nerd math involved, and I'm almost embarrassed to talk about it, the amount of time I put into researching that. But we determined that a lightsaber cannot cut through adamantium.
Or if it does, it would take way too long, and the battle would be over by the time it would be able to.
Take at least like a day to cut through. So from there, it comes down to, fighting prowess, agility, speed, experience, strategy, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so let's start with Wolverine. What does Wolverine got?
Okay, well, Wolverine has been living for hundreds and hundreds of years. He's fought through every single major war in world history. And so he has years upon decades upon centuries of battle tactics and battle experience. Now, he also has a healing ability that is working constantly, subconsciously, and allows him to heal from pretty much any kind of injury. Now, he also has amazing reflexes, great agility, more speed than a normal human, and he also has the claws. The claws and his adamantium skeleton, which make his bones indestructible, and his claws that can cut through anything.
And then there's Yoda. And of course, Yoda is like 800 plus years old. And so he is stinking old, and he's been through probably the same amount of wars as Wolverine. He has the classic Jedi weapon, the lightsaber. Now, the lightsaber can cut through anything except for a few kind of metals, like Mandalorian iron. I believe it's called quartzes, which is a type of metal which is like poisonous to touch, but can shortcut a lightsaber for a few seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff. And so the lightsaber can cut through almost anything, but there are, of course, a few things like that, and things that may be cut through, but it'll take a while to cut through.
Exactly.
Now, of course, the Jedi, with the Jedi religion, you have the connection to the Force. Now, the Force can give him a lot of things. It can give him precognition, so where he is able to predict at least some of the moves that the opponent will thrust upon him. He has heightened abilities because the Force aids him for jumping, for reactions, for pretty much any fighting tactic. And he uses the Ataru form. Now, for those of you not familiar with lightsaber forms, Ataru is very aggressive and very acrobatic, as you've seen in episode 2. Him versus Dooku, like him going nuts. It was pretty awesome. Now, let's go with the disadvantage. I'll start with Yoda. He's old. So, like, as you've seen in the original trilogy, he dies of old age. He's old. So, him, and in episode 2, after the lightsaber fight, he was worn out. He was very tired. So a very long battle might wear him out to where he would lose. Now, Wolverine.
Yeah, we'll just do 1 and 1. Now, the biggest thing that I would say is probably Wolverine's attitude, because his attitude towards fights, yes, he has that strategy, but his first and foremost strategy is head on, hit him with everything you got as soon as you can. And it's only when that doesn't work that he starts to, think around. Now, this has cost him multiple times before. There have been fights, particularly against Magneto, where he just throws himself at him, and you see what happens. And I think that if he did that with Yoda, Yoda would be able to at least outlast the initial assault, and at that point, you know, there's no telling what kind of damage he could do before Wolverine would have to change his strategies.
Now, because Wolverine has faced people like Magneto and is still alive, like using such tactics as force push, any form of telekinetics with using the force, Wolverine could probably withstand.
Yeah.
And
See, he deals with telekinetics like Jean Grey all the time.
yeah, and so that could be another disadvantage or an advantage. It just depends on how you look at it.
Exactly.
And so there are probably many more advantages, many more disadvantages on either party.
Yeah, both.
But like we can't list them all because we can't think of them on the top of our head. What we need is your help.
Yeah, we want to know what you guys think. If you want to do more nerd math, if you want to pull from different resources of Star Wars or X-Men lore, you could do that. Anything that you can find that would further who you think would win in this fight, let us know.
Yeah, so please leave a comment below, video response, and hopefully we'll see you later.